Hee Haw is a country comedy show that aired on CBS from 1969 to 1992. Based on the 60s comedy show Laugh In, it used short jokes, skits, and musical numbers to create a variety show unlike any seen before. Hee Haw was the first country show to get national ratings and be watched by families across the U.S. The LOA theater class has worked hard to make Hee Haw come to LOA. Introducing Yee Haw! Starring Scott Jackson and Elisa Garcia, Breland Evans, Jacob Moore, Anna Sewell, Sienna Wojo, Tamia Williams, Walker Cannon, Jenna Lawson, Alicia Copeland, Julia Dixon, Hannah Bell, Brennis Evans, Cole Thornton, Cammie Cronick, Dakar Terrell, Gabby Grzinski, Kira Jackson, and Shelby Davis.
No, we're not ones to go around spreading rumors. Oh, really, we're just not the gossiping kind. Oh, you'll never hear one of us repeating gossip. So you better be sure and listen close the first time.
That Susie Jones is more than fake and brainless. She's bleached her hair more times than my bathtub. I figured she'd be bright just like her hairdo, but she ain't all there and things she got a loose too.
Now we're not ones to go around spreading rumors. No, really, we're just not the gossiping kind. Oh, you'll never hear one of us repeating gossip. So you better be sure and listen close the first time.
If George Washington was alive today, he'd be a really old man.
You know, one of us is an owl.
Who?
Hey guys, you hear about the kidnapping?
No, what happened?
Don't worry, he woke up.
You know, I used to be addicted to the hokey pokey.
Really?
But then I turned myself around. I stumbled across a big bar of chocolate. It looked really sweet and shaped like a lime. I squatted down low to grab me a nibble. Mama said stop, that was dropped by a dog. Well, where are you tonight? Why did you leave me here all alone? I searched the world over and I thought I found true love. You met another and you were gone. Half past.
And now it's story time with Guther Moose.
Hey y'all, I'm Guther Moose, and welcome back to Storytelling. Now, today we're by the water, so I figured, why not tell the story of the Middle Mermaid, another one of my personal favorites. Once in a slough bee, there lived a Middle Mermaid and her 6 suitable bisters. Now, the Middle Mermaid wasn't like her 6 other suitable bisters in that she had a sorgeous gingin' voice. Her sorgeous gingin' could be heard all across the slough bee, and cruise searchers would come just to listen to that spectacular singing, ringing through the royal creeps. Though, this Middle Mermaid, also unlike her suitable bisters, really liked a very specific kind of guy, the rogue, strogish, puccaneering prince type. Every night she would travel to the surface of the slough bee just to get a good looking at that buccaneering prince and marvel at the sparkle in his eye and the ocean woo blaves in his hair. Unfortunately for that Middle Mermaid, her daddy was strict as a toothpick and would never let her date that rogue struccaneering prince, most of all because he was a himple suman. And also because she could die by setting foot on that last van he called his home. The Middle Mermaid wasn't going to have any of that, so she swam to the wee sitch. Well, the wee wee sitch offered that girl a kooky spurse, where she could trade that suitable bingin' voice for a pair of peg legs. She wanted that rogue, strogish man with all her heart, so you best bet she traded that singin' for some pegs. Bashes and flangs could be heard from the wee sitch's grotto, and next thing she knew, the middle mermaid was walkin'. And she gathered all her strength from the Blotion Blue and made her way to the Puccaneer and Prince's castle. Now, the middle mermaid was filled with glee when she knocked on that big castle door to see her Puccaneer and Prince a-waitin' for her there. But a predicament came up. When she opened her Meddy Prouth to sing, nothing came out. That blasted wee sitch, the middle mermaid thought, she'd almost forgotten the kooky spurse. The prince took one look at the middle mermaid and thought she was the most beautiful thing he had ever saw, despite the fact that she was acting a little weird by talking to herself. So, the Puccaneer and Prince and the middle mermaid set out on some adventures across his Kingdom, toured all sorts of food shops, candy stores, and by-the-sea dining. Soon, they fell in love, and the prince never thought there was anyone as beautiful or as sweet as the middle mermaid. Though, like many other tales, their happiness was short-lived. The prince soon caught the eye of the ugliest princess from another Kingdom, and unlike our middle mermaid, she could do a lot of talking. They were married by the next sunrise, leaving the middle mermaid all alone. If only she'd listened to her toothpick-strict daddy in the slough bee, she would have never had to endure such a heartbreak. Then, and God bless that middle mermaid, she'd a Gary Voofy idea. She would jump back into the Blotion Blue and live out her life as an old maid. So she did just that and jumped right back in. Unfortunately for her, that wee sitch struck again, and the kooky spurse that gave her legs impaired her once more. Moral of the story, ladies, never go for any of those Puccaneer and Princes. You'll end up just like our poor middle mermaid, sounding in stupidity and sorrows. Event.
Gloom, despair, and agony on me. Deep, dark depression, excessive misery. If it weren't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. Gloom, despair, and agony on me.
As a boxer, old Roy's future sure looks bright.
He had his opponents beat in weight and height.
He could have whipped the whole bunch with his famous rabbit punch.
Yeah, but it wasn't rabbits. My manager made me fight.
Gloom, despair, and agony on me. Deep, dark depression, excessive misery. If it weren't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. Gloom, despair, and agony on me.
Yee Haw salutes our neighbors of Eatonton, Georgia, 6,899.
Salute!
Hey Jacob,
What?
I think we reached the age where we need to start thinking about getting married.
Married? You're not even my type.
So a grasshopper walked into a bar.
Well, that didn't work.
So a grasshopper walked into a bar.
Try again.
So a grasshopper walked into a...
Woo! One more time.
So a grasshopper walked into a bar.
Yeah.
And the bartender said, "Hey, we have a drink named after you." And the grasshopper said, "You have a drink named Jeff?"